Welcome to Nugget 66 with Steve Grohman. This will be a continuation of Nugget 65, back to the Tufa Towers. We had so much information, we decided to divide this nugget into two. This is the continuation of Mono Lake's Tufa Towers. And let me tell you a little bit more about this. The GFAJ1 bacterium was discovered by geomicrobiologist Felicia Wolf-Simon, a NASA astrobiology fellow in residence at the U.S. Geological Survey in Menlo Park, California. Catch this. GFAJ stands for Give Felicia a Job. Felicia is the scientist. I think Felicia needs to get another job, a real job, that we don't have to support her driving out to Mono Lake to make up this stuff, right?
I think that's a good idea.
We have a couple other articles that just talk about how they refuted Felicia's discovery. And what I want to make a point of here is that evolutionists don't agree with each other. I know you make that point tons in the seminar series. Let me go to a couple of other articles. 2 new scientific papers have disproved a controversial claim made by NASA-funded scientists in 2010 that a new form of bacterial life had been discovered that could thrive on arsenic. Contrary to an original report, the new research clearly shows that the bacterium cannot substitute arsenic for phosphorus to survive. This was a statement made by the U.S. journal Science, which is a prestigious peer-reviewed magazine. Science published Sunday the much-hyped initial study, which led to researcher Felicia's find, announcing that a new form of life had been scooped from a California lake. Biologists consider these 6 elements as necessary for life: carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, and sulfur. However, arsenic is similar to phosphorus, but is typically poisonous to living organisms, and that's why Felicia was so excited.
Let's suppose for a moment that they did find a new form of life. That doesn't say anything about that it's indicating how life got here in the first place. That would just be, there are new species, they call them, that are found all the time. Man didn't know they were here, but they are. Just because you find something new doesn't mean it's going to indicate the origin of life.
What you just said about life evolving, this is another sentence in this article. NASA has conducted numerous probes at Eastern California's Mono Lake, an unusually salty body of water with high arsenic and mineral levels, as it's likely to reflect conditions under which early life evolved on Earth, or perhaps Mars. They just tie everything.
They're just
wherever. Looking for the same things.
Absolutely no way
to... life evolving. In this article, they have this little
they want
DNA string, life building blocks. Right.
They need something so that they can justify their no-God position, which is really sad.
A couple more quotes. I don't know whether the authors are just bad scientists or whether they're unscrupulously pushing NASA's quote, "There's life in outer space agenda," wrote Redfield in a blog that ignited the web furor shortly after the paper was first published. Rather than being a new form of life that thrives on arsenic, Science's statement summed up the latest studies by describing the bacterium as a well-adapted extremophile that lives in a high arsenic environment. Wow. Imagine that.
The disputes, the controversies, the arguing. I have talked about that probably more in depth than people would like to know sometimes at some of our meetings, because I can't stress that strongly enough. When people read something and they just read the one something and it sounds good, it's written in a way that it appeals to them and they believe it, and you can find all kinds of equally qualified people, scientists, who will say the exact opposite of that. The worldview that people hold is what we're really looking at whenever you look at any of this kind of stuff.
And if people like us disagree with both of them...
Right, we're the ones that are considered
But
kooky.
One disagrees with the other disagrees with that one, but we can't disagree with both of them.
And we have just countless numbers of examples of that kind of thing, where they just argue bitterly, and they make stuff up quite often. We show articles about that, and most people don't know that. They're unaware of those concepts and those issues, and that's why we do what we do. We're trying to expose this stuff because these are the kind of things that lead some people away from believing God.
Well, the problem was when this was found, it was in a lot of publications. That may be all people read, and they still think that's true, but then they don't go back and find out that, oh no, it was turned around. Well, I've got a few more things to say from this science journal. A great thing about science is that the ability to do rigorous tests with controls provides an increasingly accurate knowledge of life and the universe that is extremely useful. Isn't that what science is? Testing?
Testing, observing, doing it again.
Actually, the people in this article were actually at least doing the right thing with that. And then one more article real quick from physics.org. A replication of the arsenic life experiment was being done by biologist Rosie Redfield to try and prove or disprove What's that girl that needs a job?
Felicia.
Felicia, yes. Felicia needs a job. Hope she's got a new job now.
Hopefully just nowhere around here.
Hopefully not. Okay, and what Redfield said about Felicia's paper, quote, lots of flim-flam, but very little reliable information. Her opinion was quickly seconded by many other biologists and bloggers. To date, Redfield is finding that the bacteria called GFAJ1 is not living and growing in arsenic, but dying. Well, the complete opposite of what Felicia said. So Rosie and Felicia, they're
kind of at odds with each other.
Yeah, I could say something here, but I think I'll just leave it right there, as this famous saying goes. All right, well, I know this seemed a little weird, but we had some points here. One was NASA, ET.
Finding life.
Finding
evidence of early life and finding evidence of how life formed on this earth. They keep trying and trying and trying, but they're never going to come up to any conclusion because they've left out the truth. And so they're always going to be flailing around out there.
All right, well, thank you. And tomorrow we will talk about the Tufa Towers and the Planet of the Apes.
Sounds good.
If you haven't heard, we have a new ministry project. It's called the Psalm 33:12T series. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord. Help support this ministry and get America great again with these motivational t-shirts. Use them as a conversation piece and a great witnessing tool. Many people are getting them to give as gifts to those who have been on the front lines, like first responders, nurses, doctors, other medical staff, and of course, law enforcement. All 4 designs are available on white, black, or red t-shirts. All 4 designs are available in white, black, or red ink. The sizes we have available are small, medium, large, extra large, and 2X. Call or text 603-616-8907 to order, or order on our website, https://creationseminar.net/onlineorders.htm. Simply identify the shirt design, your size, what color shirt, and ink color that you prefer. The shirts are $20 each, plus shipping. Thank you.